For about 7 minutes today, I felt okay. Like genuinely okay. No noise in my head. Just trees and air and silence. 7 minutes. That's my record. Then I thought about my husband and the peace was over. Walking again. Overthinking again. Even the trees can't save me today. Overthinking. Outdoor. Let's go. Can you smell this? I know you can't. You're watching a screen, but I need you to imagine it. These trees, sweetgum trees, they smell like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like the earth is breathing out something warm and sweet and ancient. Like the forest is wearing perfume it didn't buy, it just is. And when I started walking today, I thought, this is it. This is why I moved here. This moment, this air, this silence. My feet were soft on the ground, and the light was coming through the leaves in those little golden patches. A bird was doing its thing somewhere above me, and my brain, my loud, chaotic, never shutting up brain, was quiet, quiet. Do you know how rare that is for me? That's like a miracle. That's like a solar eclipse inside my skull. So what happened? What always happens? I started thinking. About the fact that this morning the kitchen faucet was leaking. And I told my husband, and he looked at it, and he said, yeah, it leaks. That's it. That was his response. Yeah, it leaks. Like the faucet wrote him a letter introducing itself, and he just acknowledged it. Nice to meet you, leak. Welcome to our home. Make yourself comfortable. And I know, a leaking faucet is not a big deal. I know that. In the grand scheme of life, a faucet is nothing. But it's never about the faucet, is it? It's about the pattern. The faucet leaks. Yeah, it leaks. The car makes a noise. Yeah, it does that. The daughter's grades are dropping. She'll figure it out. Our savings are shrinking. It is what it is. It is what it is. His favorite sentence, the sentence I want to tattoo on a brick and throw into the sea. That's aggressive. I'm aggressive. I'm aggressive because I want problems solved. Because when something breaks, my first instinct isn't to just accept that it's broken. Maybe he's just calm. Calm. There's a difference between calm and comatose. Calm is, don't worry, I'll fix it tomorrow. Comatose is, yeah, it leaks, and then turning on the TV. You're spiraling. I'm not spiraling. I'm describing. There's a difference. And spiraling is when I make things up. This is real. This is 15 years of it is what it is, while I hold everything together with my bare hands. We almost divorced. I don't talk about that. I haven't said it out loud on these walks before. But yeah, we almost didn't make it. It wasn't one big thing. It wasn't cheating or screaming or some dramatic movie scene. It was erosion, like water on rock, slow, quiet, invisible, until suddenly there's a canyon between you and you don't remember when it started. I would bring a problem. He would shrug. I would push. He would retreat. I would explode. He would go silent. And then we'd sit in the same room, on the same couch, watching the same screen, and feel like strangers. What pulled you back? I don't know. Fear, love, habit, the kid? Probably all of it. And probably none of it was enough on its own, but together it made a rope and we held on. Are you still holding on? Some days the rope feels thick. Some days it feels like thread. Today it feels like thread. You know what? Even this tree branch has more initiative than my husband. It saw a problem, too much weight, and it snapped. It took action. Dramatic? Yes. Effective? Also yes. Meanwhile, my husband would look at that branch and say, yeah, it's heavy, and just leave it there, bending, forever. I'm being mean. I know I'm being mean. He's a good man. He moved here for me. He left his job for me. He shows up every day. But showing up and being present are two different things. You can be in the room and be a million miles away. You can sit next to someone for 15 years and still feel alone. Have you told him this? 1,000 times. And he says, I hear you. Great. He hears me. The faucet leaks and he hears that too. Hearing isn't fixing. Hearing isn't trying. Hearing is just, standing there while the water drips. Okay, I need to stop comparing my husband to a faucet. That's not fair. It's a little fair. Yeah, it's a little fair. But here's where I have to be honest with myself, because that's what these walks are for. Am I angry at him, or am I angry at myself for choosing this? 15 years. I chose this man 15 years ago, and he was the same then. He was, it'll work out then, and I loved that about him. When I was 26 and anxious about everything, his calmness felt like shelter, like safety, like, finally, he's someone who won't panic with me. And now that same calmness feels like indifference. So he didn't change. No. You changed. Maybe. You fell in love with his calm. Now you resent it. That's not his fault. I know. But knowing doesn't make it easier. Knowing doesn't fix the faucet. Knowing doesn't make me feel less alone at 11 p.m. when I'm lying next to someone who's already asleep while my brain is running a marathon. What do you want from him? I want him to fight. Not with me. For us. I want him to see a problem and say, I'll fix this, instead of, this is how it is. I want him to look at our life and want more. Not more money, not more stuff, more effort, more fire, more something. Maybe his love looks different than yours. Maybe. But maybe love that looks like nothing. And it starts to feel like nothing too. These trees, though. These trees smell incredible. If my husband were a tree, he'd be, I don't know, an oak. Just standing there, solid, unmovable. Doesn't do anything exciting, but won't fall down either. And I'd be one of these sweetgum trees, smelling like drama, beautiful but complicated, dropping spiky little balls everywhere that hurt when you step on them. We're a weird forest, him and me. The real truth. You want to know what scares me most? It's not that we almost divorced. It's that sometimes, on quiet nights, when the town goes dark and the crickets start and he's asleep and I'm not, I wonder if we should have. I didn't say I want to. I said I wonder. There's a difference. Wondering is just, and the brain doing what it does. Exploring exits it'll never take. Are you sure you'll never take it? I'm not sure of anything. I told you that on day one. I'm not sure about this town. I'm not sure about my parenting. I'm not sure about my life. Why would my marriage be the one thing I'm sure about? But here's what I know. He moved here. For me. He quit his job. For me. He sits in that same office with me every single day and doesn't complain. He eats the pasta. He drives the kid to school. He's here. And maybe here is his way of fighting. Maybe showing up is his fire. Maybe I'm so busy wanting him to be loud that I can't hear what his silence is saying. Which is? I'm not going anywhere. Damn. Okay. That one got me. For 7 minutes today, my head was quiet. The trees smelled like peace. The light was golden. Everything was okay. And then I started thinking. Because that's what I do. That's what we do. We take a perfect moment and pick it apart until there's nothing left. But maybe tomorrow I'll get 8 minutes. Maybe 9. Maybe one day I'll walk through these trees and think about nothing at all. Not today, though. Today I thought about my husband, and a faucet, and a rope that's sometimes thick and sometimes thread. That's enough walking for today. Maybe I figured something out. Maybe I just made it worse. But at least I walked. Now you walk, not inside your head, outside. Go. See you next time.